at you when you are listening or reading or writing. Remember your exam hall? When you're writing the exam, if they play the best song, your favorite song, you can't hear if you're a good student. If somebody calls you, you can't hear. Your concentration is 100% on your paper. So that concentration is communication etiquette. Then while speaking, we should not say too much or too little. I gave you example of interview. Where in the interview they expect you to say much, you say little. Where they expect you to say little, you say too much. Then they know that it is not good. The interviewer, apart from your technical skill, expects to find out your personality. That is what we call as the HR interview these days. So there they want to know about you. They say, have you any experience of such and such a thing? Or if this happened in your life, how would you solve it? The student has nothing to say. Some other question is asked, the student goes on and on talking, then the interviewer says, stop, don't talk so much. That means we are violating the speaking etiquette. Decide in your mind how much is to be said and speak that much. Your interviewer expects you to answer to the point, clearly. Always when we speak, we should remember that we are speaking for the others. You might notice that I am speaking very slowly. Indians don't speak so slowly, isn't it? Our languages are such that that is our pace. All Indian languages are like that. That is because our languages are vowel consonant arrangement usually. Tamil has many consonant clusters, I am told. I don't know Tamil, maybe I'll learn someday. But Telugu doesn't have, Hindi doesn't have, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, they don't have the vowel consonant arrangement. Therefore, what we do, it is very easy to speak fast. Suppose we meet one person at a time in a private conversation, we can speak fast. But when we are speaking to a group, we should speak slowly. When we are speaking to people who are new to us, who do not have familiarity with our style of speaking, we should speak slowly. We should not substitute our language system onto English, because in English the last words get a lot of stress. So we should remember that in our languages, at least languages which I know, the last words are eaten off. The last word is not so important, so we don't pronounce it. In English, the last word is very important. So we say the sentence fully. Your teacher is taking attendance in the class. You say, yes, ma'am. Nobody can hear. Or you say, sir, present. So everybody hears sir. That you are present, nobody hears. Why we are making such a mistake? Because we are substituting our own systems on English. Let us not do that. Let us do, separate languages. Learn your language perfectly. Don't speak your language by interspersing English words. When you speak Tamil, you use 10 English words. You're insulting your mother tongue. But when you're speaking English, speak like English, don't speak like Tamil. You are respecting English. That is how we have to learn. And today doctors are saying for mental health, learning languages is best. Spoken communication. You want to be very healthy in your mind, you want your mind to be brilliant and sharp, learn languages and speak languages. So if you feel that you're making mistakes in speaking, don't worry, make more mistakes. By making mistakes, we learn. If you're scared to make a mistake, you will never learn. Do you know how to ride a cycle? Everybody knows, no? Did anybody learn without falling down from the cycle? I remember, here it is cut, here it is cut when you're learning cycle. You say, first day I want to ride the cycle straight, not possible. You might not remember, but that is how you learn to walk. You fell down hundreds of times. Today if we fall, we feel embarrassed. We say, anybody seeing me? Let us run from here, I fell down. But look at the small baby, falls 100 times to learn to walk. So for learning anything, we need to make mistakes. Don't be frightened of making mistakes. If people laugh at your English, that means you're learning. We feel embarrassed. You say, oh, my friends are laughing at my English. Don't worry. You say, one person is laughing, I'm learning 1%. So how to learn 100%? Tell me, mathematics? 100 people at least should laugh at you. So allow them to laugh. Learn fluency. Then learn accuracy. Sir was now saying that, you need some books for learning. Don't wait for books. Listening and reading are the way you can enhance your speaking. You listen more, look at the grammatical items, look at the vocabulary items. Not from books. Books will give you only partial knowledge. Practice will give you complete knowledge. So the practicing skills are speaking and writing. The foundational skills are listening and reading. This you have to do every day. Then when you are speaking, you have the term etiquette, Communication etiquette for speaking is speak politely, speak with courtesy, speak with tact. If you find something is wrong, don't speak like that by hurting people. Hurting people is not a good way of speaking. You might learn great fluency in English. Your English is perfect, but you use English only for abusing people. That is not good communication. You say, oh, I learned so much English. There's a famous play by a playwright called William Shakespeare, where one of the characters says, it is called Tempest, you taught me language, therefore I am cursing you. So before this I didn't know language, now I know language. So I am saying fool, rascal, idiot, all these things because I know. That is not communication etiquette. When you speak, speak politely. When you speak, speak in such a way that the other person also gets a chance to speak. Remember always that you're speaking for the other person, not for you. In the morning I told you, remember, that I am not important in this workshop. I am speaking, but am I important? I am not important. Anybody can speak like this. You are already watching YouTube, your sir told me. So you don't need to see my face personally. You don't need me to come to your college. What is important is the impact on you. So when I speak, the impact is on you. When you speak, the impact is on all of us. You have to remember that while you're speaking. Use a simple language. They don't expect you to use very high language. Use Indian English, because wherever I speak, even when I speak in the US, I tell them that my English is Indian English. They say, don't worry, we are able to understand your English perfectly. They have no problem. So don't try to imitate accent from anybody. Use your natural accent. We have an English called GIE, General Indian English. Use this General Indian English, which is understood everywhere. That is not influenced by any of the Indian languages. Indians have a great advantage that we have so many languages. You go to the European countries, they are really struggling. They said, don't ask the older people in English any question, they don't know. I was in Vienna. Ask the youngsters. So people of your age group, they speak German as their mother tongue, they speak English fluently. 20 years back, none of the European countries could speak English. See in 20 years how much they have got, and we have 270 years history of English. So why are you not competing in the world? Today world global competition needs English. After you become 60 years old like me, you can forget English. No need. After your career is over, English is finished. I want to tell everybody I have forgotten English, but still your principal like people are inviting me, so I am compelled to speak in English. I don't think after that, after our professional life, English is important. You are going into it. So listening, speaking are the two key areas for you to remember along with your etiquette. Now we come to reading. All of you are reading books in English, are you not? Are you listening to lectures in English from your teachers? Then you are doing listening and reading already. After reading those big fat engineering books in English, how is it that you are saying your English is bad? It shouldn't be, no? Those books are written in English or not? Or are you reading Tamil? No, English. See? Everybody is reading for content. Now you must read your books, you must read the newspaper for two reasons. One is content and the other is language. First time when we read anything, we read for the meaning. When we are studying for the exam, we read for the meaning, the content. The theories are important, the facts are important. But each of them is written in a language. When you have free time, when you are revising, when you already know the topic, read that page 2, 3, 4 times. Look at the grammar, look at the vocabulary, look at the punctuation, look at the spelling. All these are there in the paper itself. That is the way to build up your language in reading. Then we come to writing, which you should do every day, little bit. I'll make you do tomorrow 100 words. But let my going away not be enough. Suppose you are very happy today. Go to your room, take 5 minutes and write 100 words. I'm very happy today. No need to jump around the campus. Writing in English. If you're very angry, if you're very sad, if you're very depressed, don't show any emotion. Write it on a piece of paper in English in about 100 words. You will find that writing gives the mind good treatment. It's like medicine. It's like therapy. And it also gives you a lot of mental discipline. By writing like that every day, in school also we were made to write diary every day. You say, today the food was very good, so I ate lots. English sentences, can you imagine? Small child is writing. Today